What can Morgan Stanley do to focus on small business lending and job creation?
Right. Well, number one, our core business is not in the small business lending area, not being a full-service bank. But in the mortgage sector, where we do have a servicing company called Saxon, we probably have the highest rate of anyone in the program in redoing these mortgages, extending them. So we're doing that and doing it as quickly and as best we can. If you run a small business today, you want confidence that things are going to be better. And to do that, and I did not see the president's speech, but I know he did talk about jobs. We need to create jobs. We need to support small businesses. I think the banking sector is absolutely ready to do that. And we focus on the banks, but we've got to go and also think about some of the other lenders, Mack, CIT. There are other lenders out there who
and
pull
the state
back.
that they're in.
Exactly. So the banks are just a piece of it. It's much more comprehensive than the banks. The banks are easy. You can say it's the banks, but it's much broader than the banks.
Quickly on risk-taking within financial institutions, Bob Diamond of Barclays told me this morning, listen, you cannot have the banking system without risk-taking. The president and Mr. Volcker last week announcing somewhat of a proposal to reinstate a partial Glass-Steagall, if you will. Is that feasible? And essentially they're trying to take the risk completely out of commercial banking. Can we see that?
Well, I don't think you can take the risk out of commercial banking. Let's go back into the 80s when Continental Illinois went under.
Sure.
What kind of risk were they taking? They were in the banking business. They were making loans. Sometimes you make bad loans. Sometimes you put too much leverage. Banking is risk-taking. So if you're going to undo Glass-Steagall, again, it's going to be very painful. It's got to be cooperating with other banks around the world. And we got to define, if we take a lot of that risk out, are we hurting liquidity? When you think about what's happened in the markets over the last 30 years, the ability to finance the global economy, a lot of that is because of what the banks have been able to do. So we do have to take risk. Can we, make changes in certain areas? Absolutely. But it's just too easy, reduce risk. What does that mean? And we don't know what it means yet. No one said, this is what we mean by reducing risk.
Bernanke up for his confirmation hearing today. Do you support the reinstatement of Ben Bernanke?
Absolutely. And I'm glad to see the administration in the last 4 or 5 days has come out and been very supportive of it.